The whole share index of the Nigerian stock market is currently at the previous swing high. At this junction, we want to know, is the market going to break out or is going to be a fake out? Every time price approaches a resistance or a support, two things are most likely. Is either there's going to be a breakout of that zone or there's going to be a bounce back. So in this video, we'll find out. This is Market Formula, and all I do on this channel is to guide you through the technical analysis of the Nigerian stock market. If you are new to this channel and you like this kind of content, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified every time I release a new video. So let's dive into what we have for today. So here is the weekly chart of the all share index of the Nigerian stock market. Price just broke above the previous swing high. So let me put an horizontal line there, so you can see this was the previous high, and last week that just closed, this is the candle for last week, is a bullish candle with little or no retracement above, telling us that the market has momentum at that resistance. So two things are most likely: is either we have a breakout, pullback and a continuation pattern, or we see a breakout, pullback and a failed continuation. That will be a fake out. But if there is a breakout, a pullback and a continuation pattern, and the market shows that it wants to continue, then we are on another bullish move, which will be the flag, this level here that I mark here. Market is most likely going to repeat here for the first time. If it's able to break this flag, then this is around 155. So that's around 155,000. So we expect that the market will touch around that 150, 155,000 basis points. So that is what is most likely if the market is a breakout. But let's say the market failed to sustain this breakout. So what will happen is that it will pull back, and immediately market pulls back. Let me show you what I'm saying. When we see something like this is a breakout and the pullback fail to hold here and drop back inside here, what would have happened is that this swing high lost the momentum to break this high. So market might likely come back to retest this low, which is the base of this flag. So let me bring back this flag and let me show you where the pole is. So the pole is something like this. You can say, okay, this is the pole of this flag. So every time we have a bullish flag like this, it's most likely going to be a continuation pattern when there is a breakout. Most likely. All right, so that is all sharing there. So what exactly are we also looking at this junction? Because we have a range here, so if market fail to break out and come back into this range, what the market is telling us is that a push up, we have a reversal, we have a failed continuation, then we are going to be in this range for some time. So we can mark this range as a range that the market will continue to obey until there is a strong momentum in the market that will force this price to leave this particular range zone. So that is what we are looking at. So what is the momentum saying? The momentum is still intact. What is the market is already in an overbought condition, and when the market is in an overbought condition, it means that price can continue to go high until it's relieved of that overbought condition. Then you can now start thinking, is the market trying to reverse? But if the market is going to reverse, yes, it will show us the sign. But as it is now, what we can see on this chart is that this is a breakout. So we now need a follow through of this breakout for the market to continue to go higher. All right, so how many weeks do we need? We need 1 week, this week that we are entering, then we need another week. That's another, if it's going to be a pullback, then another week should be a continuation and should close with a momentum. If it closes with a momentum, that's a confirmation that we are already broken that high already, and the market is ready to push higher. So if you are still sitting on the sideline and you don't know whether to still join this train, this is the time for you to actually start looking to invest in the Nigerian stock market. All right, let me share one stock pick for this week that I'm looking at. I've already given that in my community, and I'll also leave the link for you to join my community on WhatsApp, where we also share on the Nigerian stock market. We give out trade opportunities when they appear in the market. So I'm looking at a stock and I'm giving it out to my community on YouTube now. Is I'm looking at FCMB. So for me, FCMB has respected a particular support zone for quite a while, and I've spotted rejection many times at that level. And the last week that closed gave us a bullish momentum candle, which is to signal that yes, there is interest in this particular stock now. So I'll bring out FCMB chart. FCMB. So for FCMB, okay, this is FCMB. Okay, you can see what the market is actually doing. That every time it comes into this zone, into this Bollinger Band zone, it spike back up. Now it came back into that zone again. What is the market trying to do? It's trying to find a support around here for a push higher. So for FCMB, I'm going to give out the price, the entry, and the exit for this particular, and I also calculate the risk that is going to be associated with this particular trade, because every time we are trading, we should always bear in mind that there is the other side of it. Don't always think that every trade will work out. Every trade on its own will is not guaranteed to work out, but what is guaranteed than what you have control over is the total sum of your portfolio. Your portfolio at the end of 3 months, at the end of 6 months, should increase. But your single trade might you cannot rely on it. So every time you are trading, you always put in mind the risk. So we are going to calculate the risk on this trade, and I'll also share how you can actually manage this kind of risk based on your own risk profile. So for FCMB, the week that just ended closed bullish with a rejection under. Let me do something so that you can see what I'm also saying. Let me put pivot on this chart. So when I put the 3 month or quarterly pivot on this chart, you can see that the last month, that last 3 months, last quarter, what price was doing was to find support on this particular R1. This is R1, 10 naira 35 kobo. So it touched it the first time, went back, touch it second time, touch it fourth time, fifth time, 6 week, 7th week, still went by 8 weeks, still went. So we have a consolidation around here. And if you understand the way I used to analyze my candle, looking at the most important bearish candle in this swing, this will most likely be the most important bearish candle in this swing. Let's say it's this one, because this is more like a choppy market. So let's say this one. So what will be the confirmation of this particular trade? I need price to close above 11 naira. So if the price is able to close, the price of FCMB is able to close above 11 naira this week we are entering, then we are good to go. We take it back to R1 for this quarter, which is 12 naira 60. And if the market surprises us and breaks this particular level, it's going to R2. So we take it to R2. That's our second target level, around 14 naira 30 kobo. All right, so that's how we approach it here. So let's look at what the risk is saying. The risk is from here to somewhere around here. I do not expect price to close below this level, because this level of 10 naira 35 kobo have supported the stock FCMB price for quite a while. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 to 8 weeks. Price has respected this support zone and is forming bullish candle with body. When you see body, it represents momentum. So we have momentum for this particular stock to push higher. So if you are thinking of buying this particular stock, which is FCMB that I'm looking at, if you get FCMB at 10 naira 55 kobo, that is perfect, because that is actually the pivot for the last quarter of 2025. Okay, so I will also like to tell you that you need to do your due diligence before taking this trade. Also vet it with your risk profile. Due diligence, I mean, you need to also check their fundamentals if there is support of what I'm saying, and also we need to check the sentiment. Every time we look at the sentiment also tells us a story. We want to see the people that are wants to buy, how, what is the volume of the bid, what is the volume of the offer, at what prices are they even offering this particular stock. We determine whether the stock will go up or come down in that immediate term. So that is what you can use to refine your entry. And I also have a community where I give them technical analysis. I call it expert Q&A, where you ask your question and I'll also provide the technical analysis support for that your stock that you are holding or you are thinking to buy. That also you can join by the link I will drop in the description. All right, so what is the risk on this trade? This is 6.98. Let's say this risk is just 7%. 7% risk, wow, this is great. This is not too risky. I think everyone should be able to take 7% risk. Then ask yourself, I'll bring out a calculator now that you can use. Also, you can get this calculator is also going to be linked in the description. This is what you can use to actually manage your portfolio yourself. Like in my community, there are some stock that we were trading, and for it's getting close to a month now that we started. These are the stocks that we bought, and we are just using it like a demo trading. I call it paper trading. So just demo trade, put the stock you are watching, put the prices that you bought them, the volume you bought, and all these parts will be calculated. It will calculate your target based on what you set as your target. If your target is 20%, then it will calculate 20% for you. Then at that 20%, it will hit the target. Target is going to be TP1, TP2, and so on. Then the one that is losing, the value that is losing also, I've already tracked it here. So you can know, is my stock making profit or losing? How much have I made? And so on. So this is going to be like a guide. All right, so let's go to the risk calculator that we use for this particular trade. So ask yourself, how much are you willing to risk? If you are someone like me that do not like to lose money, I will say, okay, I can risk 5,000 naira on this trade. So just come here where you have this R, the risk is 5,000. I don't want to lose more than 5,000 naira for this particular FCMB trade. And what is the risk that I saw them? The risk is actually 7%. Let's use 7% and 6.8 something. Oh, 7%. So that is 7%. Then go and check what is the price of FCMB that you want to enter. Let's just, for the sake of this video, I will use, okay, 11 10 naira 75 kobo. So if my price, I can get my average price to be 10 naira 75 kobo. All right, so what is the risk, what is the investment I should take? I should not invest more than 71,000 naira. So just do 71,000 naira worth of this particular FCMB. When you do that, your risk maximum that you will reach, that you will lose on this trade, is going to be around 5,000 naira. And the number of units you are going to buy to be to get this particular investment amount is going to be 6,644. So that is just what you need to do. So if you want to put it in the calculator, you just come here and put FCMB, then you put the, okay, let me add FCMB to this list. I'll just say FCMB, FCMB. So FCMB, what is the price of FCMB? Is 10 naira 75. Let's say 10 naira 75. That's the, then what is the number of units I'm going to buy? 71 Okay, 6,650. Let me just say 6,650. 6,650. That's the unit. So you can see 71,000. That is my total investment. But since the price is still the same, you can put 10,000, 10 naira 75 here. So because the price is still the same, so it's telling me that I have not made any money on this trade, and my is still the state of my trade is still holding. I can still hold it. I can still hold it. That's what it's saying. All right, and no other thing to track here. So that is just how we go on this trade. That is how we go on this trade. So that is the stock I'm giving out for this week. And if you look at the return on this trade, at least you should be able to get 16%. So 16%, the risk of 7% for 16%, that's like times two. So it's actually 1:2. Okay, so it's a good trade, and I want to know if you are going to be buying this stock. So let me know in the comments if this stock is actually what you can consider buying, or you have a contrary opinion. I'm also open. Just let me know in the comments, and uh, we attend to your comments. All right, so that is all that we can take on this video for today. Until next week, when we'll come online again just to look at the opportunity that we can get in this market. I hope that you have subscribed. If you have not subscribed up till now and you are watching this video up to this very moment, please, I ask that you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you will not miss any opportunity that I'm dropping on this channel. So until next week, I say bye for now.